Good morning. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm going to be doing my second half of my What Sold video, which will be for last weekend, Friday through Sunday, April 3rd through the 5th. I had some humdingers of a sale, two really good sales, which just really makes your weekend look good. So I can't wait to share with you these. I think I've talked about them though already, but it was fun seeing stuff that I had just recently listed sell very quickly, which means no promotions.
Wait, now when you say you just talked about it, you already talked about it, mentioned it? Like, did you mention it in our live?
I know. In the live or a haul.
I got to get reposted. Did you mention it in a haul video that's not going to go out for 2 weeks?
I know. That's why I just say it again. Eventually, not everybody watches every video either. Help a girl out. Give us a thumbs up. I'm beating you to it. Give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. That way the YouTube algorithm will say, hey, these folks are, being very active in their YouTube, and they'll push it out to new folks. So
we'd appreciate that.
We appreciate it. All right, let me go ahead and share with you things that I sold on 4 of my platforms. Still nothing on Depop. And then Robert's weekend was not so great.
I had to spend it with her, y'all.
Mercari. Sold 2 things that weekend. First one was this Webkinz, Lilkins, lamb. I was like, where is the word? What it is? I just kind of spaced right over that. Lamb plush with the sealed code, sold for $16.95. And Thai classic Memphis, the Hound Dog plush from 2001, sold for $19.95. Then I had 4 on Poshmark. First one was this Manhattan Toy Petite Pomme Kitty Cat Plush, sold for $25. Jurassic Quest Dinosaur Plush, sold for $10. Disney JoJo Clown Figure Lot, sold for $8. Those have been listed forever. And this brass standing horse sold for $30. That's 2. That was from, I think, the first time we listed a ton of brass. So probably 3 years. 3 years. And then on Etsy, I sold this one item. It actually sold on an offer for $12. For some reason, the price never shows up what it actually sold for. Don't understand that. But this was a Country Critters hand puppet lamb. And again, it sold for $12. And then on eBay. First thing, Animal Alley white and blue dog plush, sold for $24.95. Newbie Glow Frog plush, musical and lights up, sold for my full price, $9.95. Patooties Pets Reindeer Mini Plush, sold for $10. Discovery Toys Boomerangs Lynx. It was actually a set of 24. They were still sealed, but I did open the box to confirm. I open up a lot of boxes that look new because I don't trust that somebody hasn't just resealed it. We had that happen this weekend. I mean, at the bins. Robert picked up a game and was... yeah, it was a good game, but it had been sealed. And I looked at the seal and I was like, that doesn't look like an original seal. I said, I don't think it'll affect the price too much, but we need to open it. And he opened it and sure enough, it was used. And I think, some thrift stores, I think, reseal stuff. Be careful, especially if it could potentially, not be new. You don't know where you're getting it from. You're getting it at a thrift store. That the things that you think are new really are new. it's still, the game was still worth like $100. All right, Russ Snuggle Bear Hand Puppet. I sell a lot of my Snuggle Bears. They don't last very long. This one sold for $15.25. Actually, I think I sold another Snuggle Bear later on in this video. Lego Duplo Town Lot. When I'm at the bins and I just get a whole bunch of these blocks, I just throw them in there and just take a picture of what I've got. Almost never is it complete sets. It's pieces and parts, but I think people are just getting them to add to their own collections. This sold very, very quickly, $21.50. Starbucks creamsicle coffee mugs. I had these 3 listed separately and just decided to make a lot, and they sold for $26.95. Kohl's Peanuts Snoopy Dog and Woodstock Bird sold for $15. I can tell based on my photos that Snoopy was listed originally by himself, and then I added the Woodstock. Y'all, these lots and putting stuff together has just been a game changer for me as far as just moving a lot of the older inventory or finding stuff that's just not quite, the dollar value that I would hope, putting a couple of them together. House of Lloyd Heart to Heart Bear. Several years ago when I first started this channel, I found quite a few of these, and they were selling for a lot back then. $40s, $50s, $60. But the prices have just really changed on them. But this one is House of Lloyd. The other ones that I really like are the Chosun ones. But I finally sold this on an offer for $28. Build-A-Bear t-shirt lot with shorts sold for $10. I have so much more Build-A-Bear I need to get to. I just need to take the time and get it going. IKEA Tiger Plush, again, just listed this and it sold very quickly, $18. Here's the other Snuggle Bears. I had 2 of these listed. They are the 7.5-inch like bean plush, and I sold them to one person, $17.92 for the 2. Stanley Roberts Astro Dessert Salad Forks lot. Listed a whole bunch of this initially, probably 2 years ago, and I was down to just like a couple of small lots left. It was a really good find, but like with most things that you are trying to sell in small lots of this flatware, some things just sell faster. The dinner forks sell the fastest, and the knives sell the slowest. It's just part of the issues with selling flatware. Cabbage Patch Kids cowgirl outfit with the vest, the boots, the hat. Just cute. I bought a bunch of vintage Cabbage Patch stuff at an estate sale, I think last year. And I think this is the second one of the cowboy cowgirl outfits that I've sold. It sold for $22.45. Unfortunately, the buyer had the wrong address on this, so it's actually coming back. So I just thought I'd give it, an opportunity to, how would you handle this? When I get it back, my plan probably is to go ahead and issue a refund, but not the original shipping, and then just relist it and let them purchase it again. I hope I can do that. I don't have this situation come up very often, but I don't want to give her the original shipping back because I'm not going to get it back. But she's already sent me a message saying that she had the wrong address and still wants it and wants me to figure out, how she can, get it again shipped to her. So let me know, what would you do? All right, Carter's Gray Rabbit Lovey sold for $13.45. And here's my 2 great sales. First one was this Rock-and-Bach building parts, accessories, block spaces. This was a bins pickup. There was a box of it in one of the bins, and when I picked it up, of course, the box just fell apart. So I spent forever getting all the pieces and parts put together. I did have to test a couple of the pieces. I think there had been a couple of the vehicles. The vehicles sell very well, but neither one of them I could get to work. So I just went ahead and listed all the pieces and parts. I don't think Rockenbach is making these anymore. So, if you see them, it might be well worth picking them up. But I paid quite a bit for these because it is heavy. But I ended up taking an offer of $115 for this. But this didn't last very long at all. I had a ton of offers for 50% off. But it is the McDonald's vintage lapel pins from Ronald McDonald. It was a lot. I Google lensed the picture because I didn't want to count all that. It was like 220-ish pins, and it sold on an offer for $359.95. So I think we paid either $20 or $30 for all of it. So it was definitely a good pickup. It just took me forever to get them listed. I thought about breaking them up and doing small lots, and then just didn't feel like it. So literally middle of the month. I don't think it was listed a week or so when I finally sold it very quickly. But yeah, tons of 50% off. $200, $200, $200. Robert had 3 sales on eBay, nothing on the other platforms. He sold some Gap's women's jeans, 8 petite, for $11.62. This was a nice quick sell. Miss Me women's jeans sold for $31.21. And last but not least was this Waltz With Me women's vintage nightgown, sold for $9.
Just to leave a cliffhanger for next weekend sales, there's a doozy of a mess up there, y'all.
Not me. I do my fair share. All right. It's time to get to work. Look, I got to show you guys. I had 3 or 4 of these baskets. I'm down to just this of my inventory that's just kind of been my one touches. So I'm down to this basket and a few little things in there, and I got it all processed. I'm proud of myself because, you get to that point where it's just blah. You can get it listed. It's going to sell. You had good intentions when you bought it. Just force yourself to do a little bit of that every single day, and eventually it's gone. It's listed, and you're done with it. You ready? It's time to get to work. Bye.